Good evening, ASW, and welcome to Town Hall with Mr. Z. I'm Mr. Z, and I'm with you again for another of our regular bi-weekly sessions talking about things happening here at ASW and keeping you updated with the latest information. First tonight, a quick shout out. I don't know if he's watching, but he may be because I sent him the link. But my son Jason is celebrating his 23rd birthday today, August 25th. So a big shout out, Jason. Happy birthday from the town hall meeting here. I thought that'd be fun just to throw that out there. Hopefully you've joined us either through the Facebook interface or through the YouTube link that was sent out in the weekly bulletin. You can join us on either. Comment streams are live in both, so feel free to add your questions into the comment stream that you see below the video or to the right of the video, depending upon which one you're working in. You are also welcome to ask questions about anything that's going on. Thank you for the birthday wish for Jason already up there. As you can see, I can bring your comments into our feed and let you join in to the conversation, and we'll try to answer all of your questions that you may have tonight on any topic, whatever we may be discussing. General review of the first week of school plus a day is that things are going quite smoothly. Everyone seems very happy in school. I've been around to multiple classrooms over the last week, just popping my head in and seeing how things are going, catching people in the hallways and in the cafeteria and out on the playground. And everyone seems very happy to be back in school. So very excited about that. We've had no further cases identified through our testing program. We'll continue with our regime for the next 2 additional weeks, this week plus 2 more. As we said at the beginning, we're going to follow the strict protocols for the next 4 weeks, kind of watch the community spread as well as watch our own internal numbers. Right now, we're in a very good position. Also, I will note we're gathering immunization information from all of our 12 plus students. That's grade 6 approximately all the way through grade 12. If you haven't yet had a chance to send those into aswhealth@aswarsaw.org, please do that for us. Our nurses are collecting all that information. Equally, they're collecting physical forms from the specified grade levels or from our athletes in the upper school, and immunization updates on other immunizations as well. As just a look forward on the immunization front, we completed our second immunization event last Saturday. That brings our total internal for 12 plus to about 120 kids that we've vaccinated on school grounds, but we're receiving lots of documents from parents about vaccinations. So we're compiling results and hope to be able to report next week what our actual percentage of the upper school is currently vaccinated. And we'll share that information out in broad terms so that we can keep the community informed. We have other vaccination opportunities on the horizon that we're looking to potentially schedule. In addition, we're starting to make arrangements for flu vaccination again this year. It's as yet unclear what the availability of flu vaccine will be, but worry not. We're going to try to make sure that the school has a backup plan for flu vaccination this year in order to make sure that we're all safe. Dr. O's away tonight, so I'll do my best to answer your questions without him. I think he's finishing up a short vacation that he got away on. He may still join us later tonight if he happens to pop in. We'll certainly capitalize on his expertise this evening. Couple of safety things in e-notes tonight just to highlight. I shared with you a bit about our parking rules and regulations. Again, we have a new flyer that there's a link to that you can refer to help us make sure we keep things safe out there. I just want to say mainly how great you're doing. We had a challenging day on our first rain day. Always our first rain day is our most challenging. We have the most cars out there. And everyone, while a little bit impatient at times, did very, very well in managing moving in and out of the kiss and go zone, staying with their vehicles, moving as soon as you can or staying close to the vehicles as you're picking up younger kids. And certainly movement around the circles is key to keeping things going in the parking lot so that we don't tie up traffic. Also, a reminder, and again, almost all of you doing a very good job with this, the A-B methodology of taking turns as you turn corners and as we weave traffic together going in multiple directions. But the main idea is take your time. This is not a hurried area once you're inside the parking lot. We want to make sure we keep speeds down, and we want to just take our time. And if there's not a space for you, take a round around the parking lot. By the time you get back, there will be a space, or a parking space will open up. The other details are in our parking rules, and you can take a look at those. They are things about our drop-off zones, our safe and clean concepts, things that we will do relative to infractions. And we have some wonderful new graphics that show the kiss and go zones and the parking areas that we want you to primarily use. So hopefully that will help guide you in keeping our playground, or not our playground, but our parking lots safe for all of our pedestrians. Remember also, bicycles are walked on campus at all times, and pedestrians should always be using crosswalks and sidewalks at all times. Where the sidewalks get crowded, if you're waiting for someone, please stand to the side to allow the traffic to move between you. Please try to make sure you pull kids off to the side if you're dealing with backpacks or whatever, to make sure that the general pathway of the sidewalk remains clear so that people can move towards the exit or entrance, as the case may be. This is true in the mornings as well as in the afternoons. Again, just some reminders to help keep us on the same pathway and keep us working together and keeping our kids safe. Kids walking out from between cars with a lot of moving traffic, that's our main concern. And so please keep track of your kids, supervise them in the parking lot area, and make sure that they're with you at all times. We have plenty of security guards out there helping you as well. Please ask them if you need assistance, and also please listen to their directions, because they're working towards the same goal, to keep you safe as well. Okay, with that, we want to move on to talk about some of the wonderful community activities coming out. And I've got helpers with me tonight. So I'd like to bring in our PTO president, Maria, and our event coordinator, Aloma, tonight to talk about PTO. Ladies, welcome, and so good to have you on board with me tonight. First big town hall of the year now that we're underway.
Hi, John. Thank you for inviting us today.
Maria, want to tell us about what's coming up, and then feel free to hand to Aloma at any point. And I've got some graphics I can bring up as well when you get to certain things, okay?
So first of all, a big thank you to all the parents who came to our first PTO general meeting. It was a really good turnout. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to the new families. Welcome to your new home. I hope you feel nice already and you feel that you have settled. I'm happy to see everyone. I will borrow Miranda Rose's words when we met. Our friend, she told me this year we need to be realistically optimistic, and I loved it. It said everything, John. So it means that we're hopeful for this year. It's going to be a much better year than last year for sure, but we need to be realistic. So if we need to make adjustments, if we need to be extra cautious, we will. Our priority is always our community's safety. We always align with the school's policies. We support our school's decisions. So whatever we decide to do, we always have a plan B in our minds. Even in plan C, we are veterans right now. We know how to change our plans at the last minute. So yes, we're gradually entering the period of our traditional events, and we're hoping that we will keep it this way. Aloma is ready for everything. We have the mixer, we have the barbecue, and she's going to talk to you in detail about everything. Thank you for the volunteers. For last year especially, they've been amazing. All the parents who volunteered to help us under very difficult circumstances. A big, big thank you, a big shout out goes to them.
We really need to give a shout out to everyone who was
Yes.
with us on the PTO meeting on Friday. It was a wonderful turnout, and I have to say it was a joyous crowd. They were really enjoying the fact that we could get together, and it was an equal mix of returning and new parents. We had lots of new faces there, and I think you filled a couple positions right in the crowd that day.
Yes, we did.
That you still had open. We have new families already stepping up.
They are great representatives. We have new people, new board members. We have Ines Poitou, our new PTO treasurer. We have Emma Murphy, our new PTO store manager. And we have Evelyn Bowens, our new elementary representative. And the old members, it's me. It's Aloma, events manager, Stefania Signorelli, who is our high school representative, and also a very important role, the seniors representative.
Right.
They have an amazing committee this year, so they will do absolutely beautiful things for our seniors.
And lockers were decorated already, so
yes,
pick one box. There you go.
And we have also our middle school representative, our one and only Domicella Incisa di Camerana. I have to say everything. So she will, yeah. Now she's in Portugal getting some more sun. So she's given some days off and she will come back to work for us.
There we go.
About the PTO store, I wanted to say that Emma is planning to open the store next week. So parents will receive more information on the ASW Parents Facebook page. So stay tuned.
And e-notes next week. And we're talking about the online presence, right? This is
well, she's also thinking of opening the store a few days for the staff and for the kids, for the students.
Right.
But let Emma decide, and she will send out all the information.
And that's primarily for access in the building for staff and for upper school students.
Yes, for upper school.
Both students. Middle and high school, because it's in a crossover area.
Exactly.
And so there are times where they'll be able to access, and we're trying to come up with some options for them. Elementary will still be limited in their access, but given teacher direction, there might be some ways to work some things out for some of the limited hours that we'll be able to do.
And the last reminder is the Polish Conversation Group. They start tomorrow on Thursday at 9 outside the high school area. Isabella will be waiting for you. So those of you who will start Polish, you want to be superheroes, because Polish is a superpower. It's a very difficult language. Good for you. Best of luck. Isabella will be there waiting for you to start Polish.
So again, what we just said about the PTO store, there was a question here about where could I buy stuff from the PTO store.
Okay.
It's primarily for parents. It's going to be an online presence that will be coming soon. For students, they'll be able to access the store, as well as staff who are tested in Green for School and in school. And so we're going to work out ways to get you. And then, of course, every time you have an event, you trot out many of the store items at the meeting or at the gathering so that people can access it. And I think one of those items, by the way, we should also tout is the PTO cookbook. We still have copies available. So you can get that PTO cookbook at those events as well, or we'll also have that online for ordering that can be delivered to you. When we do the online ordering, it's delivered to your kids to take home, or it can be delivered to the main entrance for pickup at reception. We have multiple options, and you'll find those in the online interface once we get that up and running. I think they're busy doing inventory and kind of thinking about how to float that.
I wrote in the chat Emma's email, ptostore@warsaw.org, so
Brilliant.
people can reach out and ask Emma how they can purchase the items before the online store opens.
Perfect. There we go. Okay, well, which event do we want to start with, Aloma?
Hi, guys. All right. So the first event that we're so excited to bring back is our mixer. We're about full. We had 120 spots available, and we have 10 spots now that that are still left. The mixer will take, everything's right there. It's on the 4th. It's from 7:30 to 11 or 19:30 to 2300. This American girl keeps on reverting back to what's comfortable. The food and drinks and the DJ are all paid for. There will be a small cost to you, the guests that are coming, for COVID testing. Although we are a buyout event, we're the only people at the Champion Sports Bar, we still want to make sure everybody's safe. And that includes the staff, all the cooks, everybody who's serving, everybody who's at our event will be tested so that we are cleared to enjoy ourselves.
And this was based on feedback from parents that we wanted
Yes.
to do everybody, whether you're vaccinated or not, because there's still not a
Exactly.
clear direction on this. And there is still concern about breakthrough infections. So we thought the best way within this 4 weeks that we're still experiencing here was to go with an entirely tested crowd to make sure that for the event, we're all safe. Good way to start, and then we can use this as a benchmark for future gatherings together and what we might choose to do at them.
Yes.
But appreciation for everyone understanding and accepting that we were listening to those who had signed up and their feedback in making that decision.
Right, and looking at the list of people who are coming, there's a lot of new families.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to get to meet everybody and, you know, make new friends and, you know, see things that we have in common and, you know, start being a little bit back to some normal, I guess, behavior.
There you go.
COVID kind of took away a lot from us last year, so this is going to be really fun. The
we kind of
excitement
refer to it now as normal plus because it's going to
plus,
be
yeah.
recovery and normal, but it's also plus because we're going to take everything we learned from this experience
Right.
along with us too, all the silver linings.
Right, I think
Certainly
people
the
have
degree
adapted.
to which we depend upon each other is a big part of that, right?
Exactly. I think doing events last year, we really learned how to come together as a community to make things happen. And that was the big takeaway, is that people still wanted to enjoy themselves. And we just kind of worked together like a family would to solve the small problems or the big problems. So with that said, PTO is always available to hear feedback. This is our job. We want to know how to help the community and do our best. So the first event, I think, will be wonderful. Everybody should enjoy themselves, we hope.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Do you want me to go on to the barbecue now?
Let's go ahead and talk about barbecue.
Great. The second event will be our barbecue, which will be on September 18th. The time set is 12 to 5.
There you go.
Are you trying? Okay. It's 12 to 5, and we're going to have, like it says right there on the flyer, there's going to be live music. We've hired a wonderful jazz band to come out, inflatable jumpers for the activities for kids. There's going to be tons of international foods and crafts, and of course, these wonderful vendors that are coming out. We have a lot of games planned for the kids and activities. There's going to be some surprises along the way. We don't want to tell everything. So we really are trying to plan a beautiful, fun family fair and also keep everybody safe while giving distance at our barbecue.
And the main methodology for the barbecue, as we've discussed, is we're primarily staying outdoors. And so it's by staying outdoors, we capitalize on the existing regs, and then we're also spreading out to the degree we can with good support for our various activities. We'll always I want everyone to keep their fingers crossed on weather. So it is September 18th, and then it does make us nervous, but we're hopeful of a good fall this year that will give us a nice day. So that we can really enjoy each other's company and just spread out on the outdoors of the campus. But really excited about this coming back and having some time together. It's going to be a great time.
One last thing is our raffle is taking place again, and we're already getting a lot of feedback from the community. What can I bring? What's a raffle? What can I bring in the basket? Can you give me some suggestions? And the feedback and the energy is starting to build. And that is a main, like, people love that about our barbecue. So they really look forward to it. And a sign up for that to have a basket will be posted on our Facebook page, our parents page, by Friday. It's being worked on.
And again, we're running the raffle somewhat separately from the barbecue this year as we did last year. So this really has arms and legs of its own. And so
Okay.
please watch for the announcements and make sure you get your opportunity to participate and support all of the activities of PTO, because all of the proceeds from this really support PTO activities and events throughout the year. And
yes, everything goes back into the community. One thing about the raffles, we are going to continue with the Rally Up this year, just so that we don't have really a space for people to go in and look at the basket and put a ticket in. So we're going to run it the same way we did last year, and putting it on Rally Up. And then we'll do the drawing at the barbecue live. And we're hoping for your support there, John, with, announcements.
ready to go.
And then we'll give the winners their baskets at the event.
But
so
at
they
the
can
same
take them
time,
home.
don't need to be present to win. So if
Nope.
you're not at the barbecue, we'll still have your baskets for a delivery methodology afterwards.
Good point. Yes, we'll put that information out. If they're not there, we'll make sure that we get the basket to you.
Excellent.
And John, we are also looking for sponsors.
Yes.
Like every year. So it's very important. We have new families. They work for companies that they might be interested to offer their activities and their services during the barbecue to promote their businesses.
Right.
We're more than happy to collaborate with them. Please reach out. 2 years ago, we had a lot of companies who showcased their services. They gave vouchers. Vouchers are also very important. If they don't want to give baskets, they can always offer vouchers. So we will be very glad and very happy to collaborate. It's
Again, we're reaching out to the entire corporate community and anyone who has contracts, everyone who has a business, an entrepreneurial venture. We look for you to reach out to us to participate in providing for the prizes that will go into baskets that will ultimately be auctioned as part of our fundraising event. So again, look for that information, pass it on to others who may be more in charge in a company or an organization that can help secure potential opportunities for us to add to our raffle. So we're looking for all things.
Right.
Leave it to your creativity. Reach out.
With the vendors and the food trucks and all these big corporate sponsors, it's a great way to communicate their business to the community because it's hands-on. So you get to talk about yourselves. And like if somebody has a kids activity and they want a booth at our event, they can talk about what they provide at their company, So it's a real good win-win for both us and them.
Yeah, with 700 plus families and 50 nationalities represented, it's a unique opportunity, certainly. What else, ladies? Anything else we need to highlight PTO-wise other than to say thank you for everything that you're doing? Is there anything else on the horizon that we should be watching out for and discussions going on?
The PTO fund is also an important issue to discuss. We know that we have a tradition in the elementary to ask in the beginning of the year for 100 zloty for each child, so we can cover activities, gifts, and needs throughout the year. We decided this year to continue with this tradition and to do it also in middle school and in high school. I'm not talking about the 12th grade. They have different needs. They have a separate committee, the seniors committee. So we're asking for the kind contribution of 100 zloty from each child, because what we have decided is that if we decide to have an activity or to offer something to the kids throughout the year, we have a lot of celebrations. We have Christmas, we have Easter, we have everything. Halloween.
Hot chocolate every once in a while, just for the fun of it, right?
Yes, we want to be fair to everyone. It happened in the past that some parents contributed and some grades had money to do things and other grades didn't. So we want to be fair. So we're asking for this kind. It's a small contribution. It's a support to the PTO. The PTO will always support. It's not a piggy bank. Whatever we receive, we give it back to the community. Even more, we have a lot of plans. We have a lot of events planning this year, hopefully. So we will have a stand at the barbecue. They can contribute either by cash, and everything will go to the finance office under the PTO budget. Nothing will be kept. This is very important. Everything goes to the school. And then they can also do a bank transfer, or we will have also a POS machine at the barbecue.
Yep.
So, and thank you for those parents who have already contributed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think we've got all those different methodologies set up. And again, parents, just to let you know, we did some discussion last year on this, which has a deeper history to it, and decided that PTO is best positioned to handle this and create consistency of practice across all the grade levels. So this is a grade level fund that supports grade level activities for pre-K to grade 11. As they mentioned, seniors are a bit different, do more activities and need more support for the things that they're doing at the end of their education that leads to graduation. And of course, graduation has components that are supported by this fund as well. So again, we appreciate your support, and hopefully you will find that this is much more stable now and consistent across the grade levels. And this carrying forward means we can also be more transparent in reporting the budget, what we've utilized, and what we've gained or gathered. Again, it's not required for you to do this. This is a voluntary contribution, but each year we get 80-90% of our parents contributing to this fund to help support the activities for their kids. And again, it's classroom parties, and this is adjudicated by folks that are on the PTO list that we support through our staff testing program, so that they can be in the building making sure that these activities happen for your kids in their classrooms. They work closely with teachers to make sure that those fit the various things that are happening in the classroom, the seasonal holidays, and the special events that are going on throughout the year. So really, again, wonderful partnership and a way to support some things that we can't always support through budgetary means.
And as you said, John, each division has its own needs. Of course, elementary has different needs, middle school the same. So that's why we have also the division representatives, also the grade representatives, who will gather, they will coordinate, and they will discuss how to allocate the budget.
Yeah.
So everything will be coordinated, everything will be transparent, and parents will be informed throughout the year.
Yeah. And so we always welcome your questions on this, whether here or also in our PTO morning meetings on Fridays, and more will be coming. Last week wasn't the only one. We have them coming once a month. So look forward to having you join us, and feel free to ask your questions there, or reach out to PTO president, PTO vice president, PTO event coordinator. All of our email addresses that we put in e-notes, you can reach out to them at any time with any questions that you might have.
May I just mention one thing before you finish up with that? One last thing is, even the vendors and all the food preparation, anybody who's coming to our event is going to be tested.
Yes.
Nobody is exempt from being tested. We're going to keep everybody as safe as we can. So if just to clarify that each person that comes in will be tested.
Yep. And again, we're following the guidelines that are kind of in place right now, and certainly what the medical professionals are recommending, while we watch to see deeper research into infections amongst both vaccinated and unvaccinated individuals and risk to others. We always have to remind ourselves that here at school, we remember we have a large unvaccinated population in our less than 12-year-olds. And that's our a priori concern now in the later stages of this. And we're all reading the literature about the increase in childhood youth cases around the world. And so that's our focus of protection right now, is our under 12, still our over 12, because we don't yet know how many are vaccinated in that 12 plus crowd, but it's our students that are our focus of attention. And so adults being tested is a layer of protection for them, whether vaccinated or not, to assure that we're not moving things further than we should. Okay. Anything else, PTO? Ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
The event, John, will be UN, and our vice president will have the chance to talk about UN, because she will be organizing it, and it's a huge event for the school. So Rupali, I'm sure she will come to the town hall and will say everything she needs to say. A big thank you to the ambassadors on behalf of Rupali. If you haven't heard of your country, or if you want to join and become an ambassador, please reach out to the PTO Vice President, Rupali Dua. She will be more than happy to include you in her list of ambassadors. She's doing an amazing job. So thank you, Rupali.
So lots of wonderful people stepping forward in the community, and our ambassadors are so important to us given all of the different backgrounds and the diversity here at the school. So thank you for that. Big shout out from one of our users to all the parents who've stepped forward to be grade level reps. We do appreciate everything you bring in. And there's a nice thank you, Maria, to you and to your entire team. PTO rocks. There you go. And thanks to all parents for support to start the year. You've all been just absolutely wonderful out there, and we really appreciate it. So ladies, I'll let you go, and I'll deal with remaining questions here and bring tonight to a close. But again, can't appreciate you enough for stepping forward and for taking on these leadership roles and for spending your time with me tonight, sharing everything that's going on PTO.
Thanks, John.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. I want to go up to a question about testing. So when we do testing at an event, it's actually before the event or at the beginning of the event. We're continuing to use our pooled methodology, our health screening methodology in our testing, as we do with our kids. So it's a 20-minute wait. We create a separate area, and you wait in that area till a number's called. When the number's called, then you're free to take that number and enter into the activity. That's the way we've typically done it in the past, where there's always details to work out. So we'll get that sorted and make sure it's very evident what you need to do when you come to the event. So we try to make it as comfortable as possible and make it as easy as possible. And we have a wonderful partner that helps make that very fast and efficient. So quick and simple and easy to do. Other questions tonight? Anybody else? And thanks to our board chair out there, Kay's out there. Who rocks? PTO rocks. You ladies are amazing. So take that one, gals. That's a great one. We've got other thank yous and looking forward to the mixer and the barbecue. But really encourage you. Any other questions relative to school? Anything else I can answer relative to current status, things that are coming up? I have the board of directors coming together for their retreat this coming Saturday. We have a full day together going over where we left off in June and kind of planning for the year. The first official board meeting is September 6th, and it's already on your public calendar. And so please take note of that, and you'd be welcome to join us virtually. And so we'll be pushing that out. We'll be in person as a board, but we have a virtual interface for the community to join us and participate in our board meetings. And we've done that very well. Another person is reaching out about sport teams traveling this year. Don't know yet. We do know that fall season is definitely no travel. CISA has made that decision, as have the other sporting leagues that we're involved in. So we know that we're not traveling fall. There is a wait and see attitude relative to winter right now. Traveling, as you can understand, is going to be our most challenging aspect of our extended sports and activities program. And it's being thoughtfully considered. Not all countries are the same in how things are going right now. And so we're maintaining a watchful eye. I meet with the directors and for their first meeting this coming Thursday. And so we're going to find out there what the status of the CISA schools are and what they might be seeing on the horizon. In the meantime, our sports and activities folks are pulling together an amazing program for our kids here on site. The signups are beginning. I was in the fair for the activities for middle school the other day. I've got a wonderful group of people interested in joining my middle school MUN, shout out. So we're excited about all the range of things that will be available for kids to be involved in our after school programs. Look for those details. CHQ's up and running. Signups are commencing. And I believe athletics kicks off on Monday. And so hopefully kids are ready for that and ready to turn out and start our robust program in straight away. And then ESAs, I'm being reminded, start on September 13th. So a little bit longer to get things up and running there, but that's a granted. MUN Paris plans, don't know. Again, we're taking a wait and see attitude and trying to decide. In the spring or late winter, MUN, middle school MUN is slated right now to go to Prague, but we don't know yet about winter or spring activities. I don't know the schedule for MUN Paris plans. So I would have to default to, again, this wait and see attitude. So there you go. This is relative to ASAs, and the elementary staff are still signing up for some of the activities to lead them. So the list will be coming out soon. That's being formalized and finished as we speak. Keep coming with those questions. That's wonderful. Popcorn them at me and let me see if I can answer any other questions that you might have. Reminder, as we get close to finishing here, all of our Town Hall Lives are recorded and they join a thread of podcasts on a variety of platforms. Please look at your weekly bulletin that I send out every Monday for those links. They're available here in Facebook. They're available on YouTube now as a history as well. And then the podcast continues to send it out to hundreds of subscribed users after the event. I post it shortly after so that it can be downloaded as part of that podcast that you can subscribe to on Podbean or through iTunes or through any of the major podcast distributors. It's readily available to you. And you can watch it at your leisure at any time of your choosing. We've had about 60, 70 on board with us. We had 43 on the YouTube channel, 39 here, so about 80 altogether joining us tonight. And then usually in the day following the event, we get a couple hundred that chime into our town halls to stay informed about the latest here at ASW. Well, seeing no other questions, it looks like it's time to sign off. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. Look for upcoming episodes in the weekly bulletin, letting you know when the next date is. If you have any direct questions for me, please feel free to write to me directly, director@aswarsaw.org or jzerflu@aswarsaw.org. Happy to receive your direct comments, and I'm very good about getting back to you as quickly as I can with the necessary information or directing you to the right source. That's it for tonight. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. You've been a wonderful audience. Thanks again to PTO and to all of our parents out there who are engaged and involved in every way possible to make ASW the supportive community that it is. I wish you all a pleasant evening and have a wonderful night.